Merchandising, merchandising. Go to teespring.com and make sure you get you a Goods T-shirt. It's where the real money's made on YouTube, not on the AdSense or all the Patreons. We need you to go and buy a shirt. That way we're no longer poor.
Goro! Finish him.
Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge.
Hi guys, I'm Terrence and I'm back with another movie review, and this time it is Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. Now, this film is an animation film based on the Mortal Kombat lore and is actually being done by Warner Brothers Animation Studio, who is best known for doing a lot of the DC and the Justice League films. So we know the bar is set really, really high as far as animation and story quality on this film itself. Now, I will say that there are a lot of voice actors that have been cast for all of our favorite characters of Mortal Kombat, but in reviewing them, it wasn't anybody that I know. They might be bigger in the voice acting community, but the only one that stood out to me as an actual celebrity was Joel McHale, and I actually love Joel McHale, so to see him play Johnny Cage, I was really excited about, or at least in the trailers, when I heard his voice playing Johnny Cage, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what he does with this character. Now, the plot of this film. If you have never played a Mortal Kombat game or read any of the Mortal Kombat comic books or seen the live action films, good or bad, the plot of this film is that there is a Mortal Kombat tournament for the fate of the realm. What this film does is that it sets its focus more on Scorpion himself. Now, Scorpion has been known to have one of the more interesting backstories of all of Mortal Kombat characters, with his death and his return as a vengeful spirit. So we get to see a little bit of that at the very beginning and how he transforms, or the things that take place in order for him to become that vengeful spirit. The movie focuses on his journey from that through the tournament to his ultimate revenge. I hope I'm not spoiling too much, but trust me, if you're watching this type of film, you probably already know the backstory. So, with that being said, some of the things that went on this film with that focus on Scorpion himself were good and were bad, and let me explain. So the initial backstory, the way that they handled it, was very, very good. I like what they did, and I will say that this film does live up to being a Mortal Kombat film. They went over the top with blood, gore, and violence, and the animation style was very, very high at the very beginning of this film. But just like his character, it kind of falls off as the film goes on and where it gets later into the film. The character himself, very, very interesting, as we get to the tournament himself, really just kind of disappears. So the focus on it being his movie, or making him the point of focus of this film, really gets lost in it. You really kind of journey within the rest of the fighters, especially Raiden's fighters, your Johnny Cage, your Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang. So it really kind of downed to me the fact that we were supposed to be set up like full focus on Scorpion, and we got kind of bogged down into Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage. Though they did have Joel McHale, and I was waiting to see what they did with Johnny Cage. I'll talk about that in a minute, so I can kind of see where they had to jump back to it. But with that being said, again, with Scorpion and how we lose him as a character, the animation style really kind of degrades as we get further along. The very first setup fights in this film, very, very high quality. The choreography, like I said, the blood and the violence, amazing. As we get further along into the tournament, it just becomes like a Saturday morning cartoon. It didn't even feel like high quality. It felt like something I would have seen in a regular Mortal Kombat TV animated series, or like the animated series that was on before. So that, and I wasn't quite really feeling the animation style that they chose for it. They tried to do something like in comic books with the heavy dark outline on it, but they did some weird stuff where they did blocks on knuckles and on elbows and on knees, and it was kind of distracting. And like I said, it did lose its quality. I don't know if they changed animation studios later on or brought in another team to kind of help finish this project, but you can definitely see how the quality just kind of degrades. As far as the other characters that are in this film, I will say that the Liu Kang character, well, let's start with Liu Kang. Liu Kang's character, outside of needing to be in this film, was really almost forgotten and pointless. It was like, he's just like, well, it's a Mortal Kombat film, we have to have Liu Kang in it. They didn't do him any justice. They put Sonya Blade in it, and I guess they did Sonya Blade pretty good justice. but I thought they made her a little bit too over the top, and I felt like they just did some forcing with her, as well as with Johnny Cage. I almost felt like this film from the middle portion on was a Johnny Cage, it was like, should have been like Mortal Kombat Legends Johnny Cage. So some choices in what they did with that was a little bit suspect. I will say overall, it is an okay film. I would have preferred something a little bit, I can't say it wasn't dark because it was dark, but it got really, really light and campy a little bit later into the film. I would have preferred something a little bit more serious, and I know they have to sell this for kids, even though it's a rated R film. But there are younger teen age, I guess maybe who they were trying to go for, to the long-standing Mortal Kombat fans who maybe want to see something like this. In my opinion, the original Mortal Kombat live-action film and even the Mortal Kombat Legacy ones did Scorpion's backstory better than what they did here, even though the original live-action one didn't really have a backstory or a focal point on it. But, you know, just him being a wanderling soul working for Shang Tsung made more sense than kind of how they played everything out with this. You know, if you guys have comments about that, put them in the section below. Overall, I was just okay with this film. I felt that it was just an initial setup for an eventual sequel, that they probably will just turn this into a trilogy, because they obviously have to deal with some characters that weren't there or very, very like lightly used, that they made references to, and even towards the end there were more references to it, that they have to kind of deal with that. So I'm sure that the second film that does eventually come out will be more Mortal Kombat 2 and then Mortal Kombat 3 going on from there. Little Easter eggs in this film is that they threw as many characters in here as possible. Characters that are further into the series that you're wondering why they're here in the first tournament, and I'm not sure why they did that except for you to go, ooh, they're there, wow, that's cool. Yeah. But anyway, that's my overall opinions as far as this movie goes. I want to hear what you guys think. If you're a big Mortal Kombat fan, please put what you want. Please put what you thought in the comments below. And if you're not, if you're a casual viewer, if you just play Mortal Kombat once or twice, put what you think. I kind of want to hear the difference between the two, because I've noticed sometimes from the less hardcore people, the more casual people, they're more willing to accept some things. All right, so if this is the first time that you're on the channel, make sure that you go down and click the like button, as well as the subscribe button and the notification button, so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. I'm going to try to do more of these videos and more of these reviews as much as I can, so make sure you have that done so that way you're aware. Other than that, guys, I'll see you next time. All right, guys, I've been saying this. I hope you guys are tired, and I hope you already contributed money, but we do have a Patreon, so below you'll see the link. If you guys go to patreon.com/thegoods, please go ahead and, I mean, if you guys do like the show, please donate something. We do have giveaways for donations that we do receive. Make sure you donate something and we get something sent out to you and make the show better.
Question for you. Where does the money go? What does the money do?
My pocket.